Motivation versus action. Which comes first?
Action.
Do you wait till you're motivated?
No.
Why?
Because you don't get motivation naturally. It comes from action.
You do get motivated sometimes, right?
Yeah, but it's from the actions that you begin to make that makes you motivated to make progress. Because you see progress.
I'll agree with that because like sometimes you're not in the mood to do things consistently, and then when you start doing something, you tend to get in the mood after you start.
Yeah.
Like I don't always feel like working out every time I work out.
Like I don't always feel like going to the beach, but we're in front of the beach, so I'm more motivated.
Yeah. It's like we're on holiday now, right? But if you're just at home, sometimes you're not in the mood to get in the car and drive to go. But then when you know you have to do it, you sort of get in the mood as you're doing it.
Yeah, we weren't really in the mood to drive 3 hours, but once we did it, now like have 3 days and it's really nice.
Well, I didn't really get in the mood while I was doing it, but I did it.
But we're here now.
Yeah, I had a headache while I was doing. Well, I had a migraine while I was driving, but yeah, and I feel like that when I do my vocal practice, a lot of the time, you know, sometimes I'll feel like, oh, my voice is tired. Sometimes I think my voice is tired, and then I'll literally sing for about 2 minutes or something, where I sort of push myself to do it anyway kind of vibe. But I'll take it easy. I won't go hard. Like I might just bring it to a lower key. I might sing softer. I might just do mouthing with minimal singing, just marking things out and listening. And then sometimes a few minutes later, I'll find myself fully into it and I'll do a 20-minute session and it'll be an amazing session. And other times I'll just do those first few minutes and I go, nah, I don't feel like it, and I'll stop. But my point is, it's that you take the action even when you don't feel like it, and sometimes you realize you can do it. And I'm telling you, that'll probably be about at least a third of my practices. A third of my practices will be I wasn't really fully in the mood to do it, but then I did it and I ended up loving it.
Yeah, you actually get in the mood. Yeah, like with my dancings like that. When I'm not in the mood during the week, during work, but when I get there, I'm like, find I have energy for 3 hours suddenly because my motivation kicks in.
Oh, like you'll be like dead tired after work. And
yeah, I'm not in the mood to go, but I know it's just because I'm, whatever it is, I don't know, I don't feel like going, and when I get there, I actually love it. Because I think because I know now that when I actually go there, I end up having a good time, but it doesn't feel like that before I leave.
Yeah.
I feel like, oh, I'm too tired. Oh, I'm not going to have fun. I'm going to be too tired to dance. And I get up and do one dance and then I go all night.
Yeah, I know. We'll be sitting at home and we'll be like, oh, we're a bit tired. We don't know if we feel like going to salsa. Maybe have a bit of a headache. Maybe like a tummy ache. Maybe a bit moody or whatever. But we'll know from experience that when it's on, when the Wednesday night salsa's on or whatever night it's on, we know from experience that when we go anyway, of those times that we go,
like 80%.
Like 80% of those times we end up feeling like, oh wow, we weren't gonna come and now we're like loving it.
Like the best night of the week.
And some of those times, those 20% of the times over the year will be like, oh yeah, I'm still tired when you come out, you know, and but you still have a better time than not having tried at all. Because you at least feel like you tried to do your practice, or you tried to go out, or you tried to go to dance class or go to singing class or whatever it is, and it came out all right. But not every time, of course, but at least 80, like 3/4 of the time it comes out great. So
well, it's like it's better to actually do an activity than not do any activity at all, right?
Yeah.
And at least if you start, you'll figure out if you're not in the mood or not, and then you can stop if you're not really not feeling well. But you should just try at least a little bit.
Show on the beach. It's really nice. Yeah.
You should try first, and if you actually find out if you're sick anyway, and then you'll stop. But sometimes you actually think you're not in the mood, but you actually can create the mood. Yeah.
So don't wait for motivation. If you want to be great at singing, great at dancing, great at whatever it is you want to be great at, you can't wait for the feeling to come, the feeling that pushes you, yes, I want to practice. You can't wait for it. I mean, it comes when you listen to your favorite singer and you watch your favorite artists, and sometimes you get motivated, right? You watch a before and after video like mine. Check mine out on my website, rnbsinginglessons.com. You get motivated, right, in that moment, but that motivation doesn't last all the time. And you're not going to go watch a motivating video every single time before you practice. Well, you could, but that's going to take a lot of time. So sometimes you just got to tell yourself, I'm just going to... Why do you have to tell yourself? It's because to get good, you got to be...
Consistent.
Like, you can't
I wasn't even listening.
You can't get good
No, just
without doing something regularly for a long time, months.
motivation comes from consistency too,
You think
because you get momentum.
Yeah, momentum. Brendan Burchard talks about that a lot. We really like listening to him. Momentum is important. So you get motivated because you've been consistent, and then it builds up and you gain momentum. And that doing something regularly, you start to feel like, oh yeah, I know what it feels like when I do something regularly. I know I smash it. I know I kill it, even when sometimes when I'm not in the mood, I'm going to kill it a lot of the time. So you end up doing it anyway. And it makes it easier to be motivated, it makes it easier to take the actions, the regular actions that you need to, even when you're not really in the mood, which is the important thing. You think that all those people in the Olympics are in the mood every time they go and do a 3-hour practice after school? All those kids in the gymnastics or whatever they do, I'm sure they're not always in the mood for the entire time. You know, it's something that you get used to. You get used to training even when you're not in the mood, and sometimes it ends up crazy good, and sometimes, you know, you don't enjoy it as much as you would like to. As long as you're not injuring yourself, that's the most important thing. As long as you know when to actually, when the line is, when, oh yeah, my voice is too tired, I'm going to stop. Or, you know, my legs are too sore, I'm going to stop so I don't get injured, or whatever it is, you know, from dancing. Yeah, guys, we're in Nelson Bay, Australia. Oh, no, Shoal Bay.
Well, same.
Shoal Bay,
Next
Sydney,
suburb.
Australia. And I hope you enjoyed this motivation talk. Motivation versus action. Take action, don't wait for motivation. All right, guys, bye.